The first thing we're going to do is define what insecurity is. Simply put, insecurity is a feeling that you're not good enough. And having insecurity can create anxiety within you, feelings of inadequacy, uncertainty, and a lack of confidence. But it's important to know that it is normal for humans to struggle with insecurity. So for today's chat with Amanda, we will be talking about what insecurity looks like. If you don't know me, my name's Amanda Barb, and my channel is focused on faith and mental health. I bridge those two topics together because I believe through a biblical perspective, we can look at mental health issues and really find healing, wholeness in the Lord, as well as guarding ourselves from developing worse issues. We're going to end it there. Not the video, just the introduction. For the purposes of keeping your attention, I'm going to be moving around my container home so you will not get bored. I get bored easily. And so I understand that we need something to keep our attention. So even the most confident person out there that you think is super, super confident, they still struggle with insecurity on some level. Nobody is immune from struggling with this. Nobody. If you know that, it's going to help you overcome your insecurities. Possibly. We all have them. Yeah. There are different types of insecurity as well. In this video, we're going to be focused more on insecurity found in relationships or in social settings, not really insecurity with career or body image or basic needs. So just want to be clear with where our focus is going to be at today. Now is the part of the video where I'm going to be sharing with you what insecurity looks like in other individuals, how you can recognize it, maybe show more empathy and compassion with that individual, or maybe you have to actually put up some boundaries because their insecurity issues are actually causing you harm in some way. Treating others bad without reason. There's no reason to treat another individual bad ever. A person treats you bad without reason. A lot of times it's because there's insecurity in them that's provoking them to treat you bad. Power trips. When someone is trying to do a power trip with you, they want to feel better about it themselves by having domineering behavior with other individuals. Insulting others to feel better about themselves. Classic bully on the playground. Picks on the little person because there's something in them that they are not confident in, they feel insecure about. So let's focus on someone else's imperfections so that mine don't get looked at. Fishing for compliments by sharing negative comments about yourself, because you want somebody to build you up. So you say something like, I'm not good at this assignment, I'm never good at homework, I'm never good in my projects, so that it will encourage the other person who's listening to you to say, yes, you are. You're very smart, you're very brilliant, you're very bright. So that's a form of insecurity. Bragging or one-upping with other individuals. When you share something that you've accomplished and the other person responds with sharing something that they've accomplished as well, something maybe a little bit better than what you've done, but when it's a pattern that continues to happen and they are always one-upping you, yeah, they have some insecure issues, or they're just bragging to brag to get attention, but also to feel good about themselves. Look what I did, look what I accomplished, look how much money I have. If they have to brag, if they have to one-up with other individuals, it's from this fear within them that they're not going to be accepted and they're not going to be well received. So they have to prove to people in these ways that they are worth accepting and receiving. Or they will actually lie to make themselves look better in a situation. It's kind of annoying when you're like, did they just lie to make themselves look better? Why would they do that? Well, because there's something inside of them that is compelling them to do so. Being competitive when there's no need to be competitive. When an individual is that competitive just to look like they're better, stronger, greater, more of a high achiever, and they're constantly competing with other people in their lives, perhaps they're competing against somebody that they feel threatened by. I mean, that's coming from insecurity. Again, they want to appear a certain way because they're not secure in themselves. Being competitive when you don't need to be, and it's a pattern, yeah, that's a form of insecurity. And exaggerating achievements. You know, the fish was this big, or sorry, let me get it in the frame. This big instead of maybe it being this big. So just exaggerating, not because, you know, some of us exaggerate just because that's kind of natural, but they do it with the intent of appearing better, to feel better about themselves, to convince other people that they are better. Individuals that seek approval and validation a whole lot. This is where insecurity showed up in my own personal life. I will be honest with that. That is because there's something within them that wasn't met by individuals in their life that needed to show them that validation or show them that approval. So when someone doesn't have that maybe in childhood, then they're gonna continue to seek that out in adulthood if they don't get those wounds healed, those invalidations taken care of. And then it can show up in other individuals when they just avoid eye contact. There are definite more reasons than insecurity that causes people not to have eye contact. But for some people, eye contact makes them feel vulnerable. And that's an insecurity that's in there that's causing them not to want to be vulnerable with other people in their lives. Therefore, they will avoid eye contact and not look you in the face. Then there are those who will project their own insecurities onto other individuals. Maybe they're not aware that they're doing this. Maybe it's a subconscious thing until they sit down and become more self-aware. But they are pointing out something in somebody else that they don't like in themselves. Then there are individuals where their insecurity shows up in being too concerned with how other people think about them and perceive them. And then there are individuals who show insecurity through their controlling behavior with other people. Feel good about themselves because they can control the actions and the emotions and the thoughts of other people. It makes them feel like they're better than them, above them, and that they're domineering over them. Again, back to the domineering behavior. So if they can dominate others, control them, dictate what's going on in their lives, they can feel better about themselves because they're the better person. And that person needs their help and their control and their domineering behavior. They need me, so they're not good enough. I'm the one that's good enough. They are not. This one's interesting. There are those who will wear a mask of pride or arrogance to cover up so much fear and insecurity within themselves. But it's just a mask, it's just a front, it's not real. And they come off as, in some people's perception, very confident. And so people can get confused with, are they seeing an arrogant person or are they seeing a confident person? It could be one or the other, so you have to be very watchful with their behavior. So if anyone is very arrogant or prideful, that's often just a mask covering up insecurity. Insecure people will hide their vulnerabilities. They will not share things that they struggle with. They will not share their insecurities or their fears with anybody else, because if they let that mask down, it's too scary for them. They have to keep the mask up. They have to keep up this act that they have everything together and that they don't struggle like normal human beings. So they're not open to criticism. Again, they want to appear that they have everything together, that their life is perfect, that there's no issues that they are struggling with. And so why would you give them any criticism? They don't need it. They won't receive it. And criticism on any level, even if it's constructive criticism or even spoken in a very kind and tender way, can hurt their ego, hurt their pride, because underneath all of it is insecurity and fear. And you are pointing it out, their issues. And they don't want those issues to be pointed out. It's just a mask. It's not really what's going on underneath. And if you have wisdom and discernment, you can see that. I've been talking about what insecurity looks like in other individuals. Some of those signs of insecurity can be found in ourselves as well. So you can even do a little heart reflection, look into your own behavior and see what is really going on within me. If I am being highly critical of another person, if I am being arrogant for some reason, or unwilling to open up, unwilling to be vulnerable. Sometimes we have to be careful. We want to guard ourselves from opening up to all individuals. But if it's stemming from this fear of being seen, because we don't want people to see who we really are, those are signs of insecurity that we might be struggling with. But some more things that we can see within ourselves if we are struggling with insecurity is self-criticism. We are comparing ourselves to other individuals, and when you compare yourself to other individuals, you're going to find that they're good at something that you're not good at. It's always going to happen. Don't even move towards comparing yourself to other individuals. It's not even like worth it. And then you can get jealous and emotions of envy. That issue is insecurity. It's fear that you're not enough. Being clingy, where you need someone with you all the time, that can actually turn into codependency. If you find that you're manipulating other people, that behavior of manipulation is a controlling behavior. That is also because of insecurity in you. And also if you find yourself not only being self-critical, like I said earlier, but having negative self-talk. So I love to talk about how we can work on those insecurities, how we can move from having a whole bunch of insecurities or being an insecure person and gain confidence and having a healthier way of thinking and a healthier way of interacting with individuals in our lives. So pinpointing where our insecurity might be coming from is going to be helpful. Some insecurity can stem from childhood experiences. Maybe you were bullied on the playground a lot. Maybe you were rejected a lot. That definitely can develop some insecurity in you, or you were abandoned. Perhaps you have some traumas that you experienced in your younger life or even recently. That can create fears as well and also cause you to be very insecure, even uncertain and anxious. If you experience constant uncertainty in your life, or you have a bad habit of comparing yourself to other individuals. Like I said before, comparing yourself to other people will create those emotions of jealousy, envy, make you not accept yourself and love what you bring to the table. Grasp and take hold of the truth that you are good enough, that you are skilled, and that you are smart, and that you are lovable and valuable. So we have to go back to those core beliefs and really examine what we've been holding on to and see if any of those beliefs are causing us to be insecure and afraid, and then really work to reverse them to the truth of who you are in the Lord. Because in Him you are accepted, in Him you are loved, in Him you are adored, and you are good enough. There is going to be effort on our part to work uprooting those fears, so we won't find ourselves walking in being insecure all the time. If your insecurity stems from some childhood experiences, some trauma that you need help with, seeking therapy is not a bad thing to help you overcome your fears and your insecurities, and to help you gain confidence again and help you realize that you're gonna be okay and that you can find that courage you once had or haven't had yet and move forward in life, embracing it instead of being, guarded all the time and scared. Want to be clear here that there is a difference between a person who is an insecure person versus people who have insecurities. Like I said earlier, it is normal to have insecurities, to not like something about yourself. But when those insecurities become very dominant in your thinking and your behavior towards other people is strongly influenced by those fears and those insecurities, then you can become an insecure person. And you need a lot of work to reverse some of that, but it's doable. But now I want to talk about, what does a secure person look like? So secure people are not afraid to be vulnerable. They will open up to you. They will share with you things they are struggling with currently, things they've struggled with in the past. Not afraid to be seen as weak, not afraid to show those weaknesses. They are very kind because they don't have to prove something to themselves or to the world or come across as better than other people. A secure person will be willing to be last and not push themselves forward to be first. They have a security in truth found in the Word of God, and a security in the relationship with the Lord that they're going to be taken care of, and they don't have to be first. So they're very selfless, they serve others. Secure people are confident in their abilities and their skills. Confident in those skills because they work at them to get better and better. And they will have no need to compare themselves with other individuals. Individuals that are secure people can receive criticism, and it will not destroy them. They're very self-aware as they seek to continue to grow and to heal from wounds that they've had in the past or maybe recently. They will move forward in forgiving other individuals. A secure person will not be threatened by other people around them. They will feel secure in themselves, not to feel threatened by somebody else who does something similar to what they do or who does it better. And instead, they'll actually build other people up. Life isn't about being the best. It really isn't. It's about humbling yourself, putting others ahead of you, lifting up other people, and not feeling threatened that they're going to take something away from you that you think you deserve or you feel entitled to. They're not going to use other people or abuse other people to get what they want in life. They don't have to attain something to find their worth or value, and in doing so step on people to get there. They don't have to do that. To them, the world is not something to conquer and accomplish. To them, the world is a place where they will love other people, build other people up, be loving, be kind, and really reflect the love of the Lord to those people around them.